What's good, everybody? I want to talk about Kanye West and the backlash that he's been getting lately because he says he supports Candace Owens or he loves the way she thinks. It's how weird is that? How weird is that he gets such backlash for saying that he loves the way somebody thinks? Just another individual, just another person in America that has certain political opinions that lean a certain way, and all he had to say is that I love the way she thinks. And all of a sudden people get all up in arms about it because what it's all about, it's the amount of social power that man holds. It's the amount of cultural power that Kanye West holds. It's influence. He has influence. Whether or not he influences you individually or personally, he has influence over people. There's a lot of people that look up to him as a celebrity, as a trendsetter, as a musician, etc., etc., etc. So, but why is it that people get all up in arms when black people start leaning more conservative? It's because liberalism, this is something that I heard years ago. Liberalism requires a victim. Liberalism cannot survive without a victim. Liberalism, the mantra of liberalism includes equality, social justice, a fight, a struggle, a class struggle. We need to struggle. We need to fight for equality and equal rights and all this and that. So what happens when there's no more victims left? Where does liberalism go from there? Where does the Democratic Party, who has waged their bets on liberalism, where do they go? They cease to be. So it's, for a lot of people, it's less about Kanye and his individual perception, but it's more about losing the followers of the lie of liberalism. That's what it's about. It's not about Kanye and how Kanye feels. It's about the amount of influence that he has over people that may identify today as victims and benefactors of liberal policies, but tomorrow may free themselves from that mind state based on a different perception, based on waking up and looking at the world around them and saying, you know what? I don't need to be a victim. I'm not a victim out here. It's America, right? There's a lot of things that people don't give America credit for in modern day discussions. Interesting things about America is that America is second only to Britain to end slavery worldwide. Worldwide. Britain ended slavery, they illegalized it, outlawed it, and then America did. America was the second nation, second only to Britain. And there's still slavery going on in other countries, but yet America gets demonized for slavery. And what that means, it's really just a testament of the saying that no good deed goes unpunished. That's true. That's the reality. No good deed goes unpunished. Now, there's certain popular perceptions and mentalities within the black community in America that I have my own theories on. I live in the Detroit area, and the thing about my reality is that I tend to see a little bit more black people on my day-to-day basis than most people throughout America. I see successful black people. I see unsuccessful black people. Right? So my perception of black folks is completely different, I think, than most of America, and I see the rest of America trying to figure it out. I got it figured out. I do. I got shit figured out. I understand mass psychology. I get it. I get it. But I'm not even going to speak on it because I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch it play out. I'm going to watch it all play out. And we're watching it play out right now. And I'm happy to see somebody like Kanye West say, hey, you know what? You don't have to be Democrat. And I love the way Candace Owens thinks. And he can say whatever he wants to say, man. What's good, man? What's really good, man? And you know what? Why does hip-hop have to be leftist? Hip-hop is not leftist to me. This is why you guys haven't heard much music from me in a long time. Because of the current social and political climate and my beliefs. If you look back at my old music, dating back all the way back to around 2008, 2009, 2010, I've always spit conservative ideals. I've always spit capitalism. Always. Always. Because this is always who I've been. But then this whole leftist drive throughout America, this social current, this undercurrent throughout America, and their alignment within hip-hop with leftism, it didn't jive with me. It does not jive with me. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to be a hustler. You know, you have heart, you have street, you have hustle. And you don't have victimization, you don't have victimhood. You know, I think to myself, look at personalities, man. What kind of personalities make it in a free market capitalist system? Is it people that sit around and make excuses for themselves, or is it people that get up and do something and make something of themselves, that build something? Yeah, it's the people that build something, right? And the way that victimization has been sold to the black community, it's really sad. It really is. It really is. And I don't look at the black community's problem as just the black community's problem, because it's America's problem. You know, because I live so close to it. It's my problem too, just by virtue of living where I live. You know, there's other places in America that it doesn't have to be their problem because they're not near it. They don't have to see it. You know, you don't have to believe me when I say I care, and that's okay, but I do. I do. It doesn't do me none if you care or if you believe me or if you don't. It doesn't matter. It's what we live. This is the reality that I see out here. It's what it is, right? So, but imagine this. Back to the personalities that make it in America. What if Tony Robbins were black? Motivational speaker Tony Robbins. I always think about this. What if Tony Robbins were black? What would that mean about his message? How would his message change? Would he come at people and be like, imagine Tony Robbins saying, you can't do anything because white people keeping you down. No. Can you imagine that? That would be unreal, man. He'd be a completely different person, right? So anyway, fall back, raise up off Kanye West a little bit. Let black people start thinking for themselves out here. And there's a whole list of people that are currently within the social conversation and political conversation that aren't getting full credit, that are trying to be stifled. They're being stifled by YouTube and the mass media market, you know, mainstream media. They're being completely censored. People like Just Thinking Out Loud, people like Candace Owens, people like, you know, Dave Rubin, people like Dr. Jordan Peterson, people like, you know, Gavin McInnes, people like Ben Shapiro, people like Tommy Sotomayor. He's a clown. I don't support that dude all the way. He's out of his mind. But anyway, people like you know, just everybody. If you look on YouTube, there's a whole like community of people that are libertarian minded, conservative minded, that are really doing their part in spreading a different perspective on you know, social politics. And there is a real push to silence them. And they're not imagining these things. They're not imagining them. You know, my music has been hidden in the search results for as long as I've been on YouTube. These are things that I've seen firsthand on my own channel for the longest time. How have I had a channel for as long as I have and have as many videos as I have and promoted it as hard as I have, and it gets pushed down on the third page when my keywords are so unique? I know what's going on. I'm not even mad at it though. I'm not going to allow myself to get mad at it because everything is in God's hands. Everything happens on God's time. And I'll get my time. I'm not sweating it. YouTube can try to play their little games. The devil can play their games, you know. I know who wins in the end. But anyway, I just figured I might as well let my face be seen here. I haven't been on YouTube for a minute. I'm still making music, still living life. You know, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you for subscribing, sharing, commenting, liking, all that good stuff. But that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say, man. Everybody, Kanye's tapped in. He knows what he's talking about. He took the red pill, man. He took the red pill. Empower yourself. Don't be a victim out here. This country is for you too, man. This country is for you too. If you feel as if you're an oppressed minority of some sort, don't believe that. Don't believe that. You can go out there, you can do whatever anybody else could do. Truly, truly. And it's not because you're a minority or a person of color or whatever, that you get that sense that society's keeping you down, because society is trying to keep you down. And it's not because of your color. It's because society is just society, and it's the way it is. Crab is in a bucket out here, man. They do it to me. Believe it, they do. So, good luck out there, everybody. Don't be a sucker. Alright? Deuces.